Fossils records suggest that a large scale of loss of species have happened earlier, even before humans appeared on Earth. More than 3 billion years was the time period during which six extinctions mass extinction has taken place. Sixth extinction presently in progress is different from the previous episodes by some reasons, except extinction of a spatial bird species. Nearly 1/4 of all the species can be an alarming consequence of sixth extinction. Decreased variability in certain ecosystem processes such as pest and diseases cycle is not a result of loss of biodiversity. Tropical rainforests give most dramatic examples of habitat loss. Covering more than 14.6 of the Earth's land surface, these rainforests now cover no more than. Amazon rainforests were being cut and cleared for cultivation of browsia. The main reason for the cause of fragmentation in soya bean cultivation is not correct about fragmentation. Steelers sea cow or the extinction caused by cover exploitation for the last 500 years. The wrong information about consequences of aliens species invasions is in number of extincted species 176. Indigenous calf is not an example of alien species for our ecosystem. The recent illegal introduction of the African calf is indigenous calf is not an example of alien species for our ecosystem. The recent illegal introduction of the African calf is for aquaculture purpose is passing a threat to the indigenous calf of our rivers Glariopins. Fragmentation in Amazon rainforest and species of mammals is not an example of co-extinction. Oxygen aesthetic pleasure is not a narrowly ulterior reason for the conservation of biodiversity. The incorrect statement is the India has 100 varieties of mangoes. Two ecological hotspots of the world cover our biodiversity region. True. The Amazon rainforest has the greatest biodiversity on earth. True. Latna camera water hyacinth or the pairs of organisms or exotic species introduced in India. The Earth Summit held in Rio de Janeiro in 1992 was called the conservation of biodiversity and sustainable utilization of its benefits. Do Myanmar. In the correct match regarding examples of recent extinction, species diversity decreases as we move away from the equator towards the poles. Amazon rainforest is so huge that is called the heart of the planet. Initially, 25 biodiversity hotspots were identified globally. No, habit loss is not a key criteria for determining a hotspot. More conservative and scientifically sound estimate made by Robert May places the global species diversity at about 7 millions. When we conserve and protect the whole ecosystem, its biodiversity at all levels is protected. This approach includes speed bank, a revert proper hypothesis given by Paul N. Herlich. Reverts on the wings are considered as key species. True. India possesses 8.1% species diversity of the world. True. As we move on Earth from low to high latitude, the biodiversity increase falls. More to 70% of all the species recorded are animals. Who proposed that the genetic code for amino acid should be made up of 3 nucleotides? A. George Gamow. B. Francis Crick. Vacuum mode Franklin Shaw. Western ghats have a large number of plant and animal species that are not found anywhere else. In endemic terms will has used to notify such species. Exploration of molecular, genetic and species level diversity for novel products of economic importance is known as bioprospecting. Consider the facts with respect to biodiversity reserves and 14 in India. Rest pressure factors that not aided in high species diversity of tropics. The World Summit of Sustainable Developments held in 2002 in Johannesburg, South Africa. The gaps respectively by selecting to correct option. Source of medicine is not a broadly utilitarian aspects of biodiversity. Communities which with more species tend to be more stable than those with less species. This was confirmed David Timan. Many species like Steller's cow and passengers pigeon have been extinct. Over exploitation by humans describes this situation? True or false? 391 to 394. The species diversity provides stability to the ecosystem. True. Communities with more species tend to the moves stable than those with less species. True. Ecosystem with higher biodiversity or more productivity than ecosystem with lower biodiversity. True. Biodiversity is not essential for the maintenance and health of a ecosystem with lower. False. Poles, equator. Higher latitude biodiversity increases, lower latitude. Correct. Higher latitude biodiversity decreases, lower latitude. Wrong. Mountain top, sea level. Higher altitude biodiversity increases, lower altitude. Correct. Higher altitude biodiversity decreases, lower altitude. Wrong. The impacts of the loss of biodiversity may lead to lowered resistance to environmental perturbation. The impacts of the loss of biodiversity may not lead to increase in plant production.